Bass, and I'm a dietitian from Milwaukee Public Schools Department of Nutrition Services. I'm so excited to be here today to celebrate culture through food. We've received a grant through the United States Department of Agriculture Fresh Fruit and Vegetable Program, and with that funding, we've decided to buy produce bags for families in Milwaukee. You can pick up a free produce bag every Thursday during the month of October, and each produce bag is themed to a different culture from around the world. Our first culture we're highlighting is the Hispanic culture, and today we're going to be making Pico de Gallo and guacamole. All these items you'll be able to pick up next Thursday, October 8th. So we're going to start here with some really nice fresh ingredients, and all these ingredients that I've prepped here today are very anti-inflammatory and will get your immune system up, which is great in times like this. So we're going to start by dicing a tomato. Just going to cut the end off and then cut it in half. Now when you're making pico de gallo, you want to take the seeds out so it doesn't get too mushy. Just going to scoop these to the side here. I like to use my finger. It makes it really easy instead of trying to maneuver a knife in a tomato. And once those juicy seeds are out, we have a nice firm tomato. And Roma is really the best tomato to use for this recipe because of its flavor and the amount of juice in there. For me, sometimes my knives aren't as sharp at home, and I like to use a serrated knife to cut tomatoes because it goes through the flesh a little bit easier. So we're going to make nice thin strips. And then I like to just kind of group them together. And if you have an older student at home, you can definitely have them help with learning knife skills. There's some really great videos on the internet with how to use a knife safely and properly if they normally don't help you cook in the kitchen. And if you have a younger student at home, you may want to just cut everything for them and have them help you with the mixing portion of this recipe and of course the eating portion. Now another thing I love about pico de gallo is the color. We have red, green, and white, which you may know are the colors of the Mexican flag, which is perfect for our celebration. So with this recipe, we have 4 diced tomatoes. And we have about 2/3 cup of onion, and we have 1 jalapeno pepper. What you're gonna notice is I de-seeded my pepper because I'm gonna make this more mild. If you like spicy, leave the seeds in. So now we're gonna cut up our jalapeno. Now peppers in particular with heat to them, the heat comes from capsaicin, and that is very anti-inflammatory and pain reducing. So you may notice that a lot of pharmaceutical creams contain this ingredient for different arthritis rubs. But in general, adding a little heat to your diet is a good thing if you can tolerate it because it will bring that inflammation down. Right, so everything is chopped here. And now we have one of my favorite ingredients, cilantro. The stem and the leaf are both edible on this plant, but I personally like to take a little bit of the stem off. So we're just going to remove that and put it to the side. So next I like to roll it nice and tight for easy chopping. And we're going to chop it nice and fine. And you're going to use a whole bunch of cilantro that's provided in your produce bag, but keep a little bit to the side because we're going to need it for our guacamole recipe, which is coming up next. Okay, so our ingredients are prepped, and now is the time where we are going to cut our lime for some juicing. Now, if you don't have a juicer like mine at home, that's fine. I just suggest rolling the lime on its side to kind of release those juices first before you squeeze it into your mixture. So let's get everything together now. Our cilantro. About 2/3 cup onion. And if you don't want to cry when you're cutting your onion, put it in the refrigerator first. because this actually stops that process from happening. So you won't get tears to your eyes if you refrigerate your onion. Now let's dump in our jalapeno and our tomato. And this is looking really beautiful already. I always love eating fresh food. This recipe is really great with a chip, or I like to put it on my eggs, or tacos, whatever you think your family members will like. There's a lot of great ways you can eat this recipe and incorporate it into meals. So we're juicing our lime into here. Nice squeeze. Limes have a good source of vitamin C, which is good for your immune system. Okay, so now we're going to give it a little stir, and then we have to add a little salt. We'll be putting a half a teaspoon of salt in. You can use sea salt or just regular iodized salt. Both are fine. So here's our half a teaspoon. Sprinkle that in. Now let's give it a nice stir. See really beautiful colors going on in here. Makes me feel like I'm traveling even though we can't go anywhere right now. It's your cheap vacation at home. Okay, and this is ready to go. Beautiful Pico de Gallo. Now we're going to grab it with a chip and have a little sample.